What's up, Star Wars nerds, and welcome to a special edition of brettonfett. On today's episode, we're doing part 2 of a 2-part video I did with fellow YouTuber That Junkman, where we're discussing the worst vintage Kenner Star Wars cardbacks. Let's get to it. Welcome back to the channel. This is part 2 of a video I did with special guest That Junkman, where we're counting down our top 10 worst vintage Kenner Star Wars cardbacks. Now, we've already done numbers 10 through 6 on part 1, which you can find on That Junkman's channel. So if you haven't watched that yet, please go to Junkman's YouTube channel, check out that video first, and then come back here. I'll leave a link to part 1 in the description of this video. And if you're a regular viewer of my channel and not familiar with That Junkman, please go check out his channel. You won't regret it. He covers all things vintage toys and vintage pop culture. He's hilarious. He does a ton of videos. I think he averages about 2 a day. And if you're an 80s kid especially, you're going to love That Junkman's videos. I guarantee it. Check him out and please subscribe to him. And if you're a regular follower of That Junkman and not familiar with my channel, please consider checking out my videos. I cover all things Star Wars with an emphasis on action figures. I mostly cover the modern stuff, but occasionally touch on vintage things. So once you get your vintage fix with That Junkman, then come on over to my channel, and if you like what you see, please consider subscribing. Thanks a lot. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, let's take a look at part 2 of the Junkman and I discussing our top 10 worst vintage Star Wars cardbacks. We're picking up at number 5. And by the way, I do just want to apologize for the audio quality on my end. I had some issues with my mic settings that I did not realize until after we were done recording. But anyways, with that being said, on with the show. What's up, Star Wars nerds, and welcome back to another episode of brettonfett. This is a special episode, part 2 of an ongoing episode with me and the Junkman. Very honored to have the Junkman on my channel today, as we're going to be finishing our top 10 worst vintage era Kenner Star Wars cardbacks. And we already covered the bottom 10 through 6 on Junkman's channel. If you didn't check that out, go check that out first. Go to the Junkman's channel, check that video out first, then come right back here to brettonfett to see the top 5. So, Junkman, you ready to go? We'll go ahead and get started with, we're on number 5.
Number 5, yeah.
And you go first. So
I'm ready if you are, because we've had some that we agreed with, and some of them we were like, "You're crazy." That was a good one.
It got interesting. It got interesting. So let's see what happens.
Oh, here it is. Okay, let me pull this up so we can get it on there good. We're gonna go Empire Strikes Back card, and his Bespin security guard, black.
Okay, okay.
Man, I don't want to say black, but there's a white one and a black one. I'm not just calling him out, but it's something we pointed out on some of these cards already. It just seems like they just took the first photo they saw. He's not looking at the camera. He's not. And to be honest, they probably was like, well, okay, we're going to make a black figure. And they probably scrambled trying to find a black character in the background. I don't even remember him in the movie. I don't remember. I'm sure he's back there somewhere. So I'm sure it wasn't easy finding this photo.
Yeah.
But
I think they're just kind of running by. He's in the background as they're running by, I think. So he's been there pretty quick.
Yeah, the figure's always been kind of odd too, because he kind of gave him a lean with his leg, which they hadn't done with any other figure. Every other figure's straight leg, but this one's got the cool lean to him. I don't understand, but yeah, it's not really much I can say. It's just a boring looking. It's more of a boring card than a bad card. It's boring.
That's another one they're going to reuse in the vintage collection. They got a new vintage collection one coming out, but the one they did for the other, they got 2 Bespin guards coming out on the vintage collection. The other one's even worse. And it's a new photo they use for the other one. It's not on these vintage.
I don't like that. If it's the vintage collection, you have to go with a vintage card.
If they didn't, they use a picture that's even worse than the original Bespin guard. Yeah.
Because I almost put the original Bespin guard on here. But
no, it's worse than that. It's like zoomed in on his face. It's like real tight on the guy's face. And he's looking kind of to the side and just kind of a duh kind of look on his face.
I have to go look that one up. That sounds bad.
Yeah,
but
it's pretty bad.
That is my number 5.
All right.
Over here. Okay, you're number 5.
Okay, for my number 5, I've got the Return of the Jedi European tri-logo version of the Jawa.
Let me pull this up real quick.
Yeah,
See, I know why you picked the European card, because when you sent me the photos, I said, why did he pull that photo? Yeah. I know how horrible that photo is.
Look at this thing. I mean, my God, what happened to the bottom half? It's just so dark.
Yeah, it's so dark, and it's. Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know what's going on, because they have the photo. So I mean,
are you telling me this is you telling me this is what you went with to sell your product? This picture, out of all the things they could have chosen for the Jawa, all the scenes in the desert, bright lit sun. They pick one where the guy's hiding behind a rock or something. He's got all the shadows from the rocks.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same photo in the regular card. It's bright on the regular card. They don't make any sense. Yeah, I think it is, isn't it?
It might be. It might be.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know if you got the other one handy. But
let me pull it over real quick. If not, it's gonna bug me the whole time. But no, especially since I got fat fingers. Okay, no, it's totally different card. What was I thinking?
Okay.
Yeah, it's totally different.
Totally different. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's shooting facing the other direction and everything. But I don't know why they picked this one here.
Oh, that's a bad one. It's really bad.
Yeah, I didn't even think of this one when I was looking at my cards and trying to figure out. But you're good. That's a good pick right there for
Yeah, and I went searching for all kinds of photos just to make sure the ones I was finding were just not just a bad version, But they're all like this. The ones I could find, they were all like that. They're terrible.
Oh yeah. Then when it comes to trial logo too, I mean, they're packed with the wrong gun sometimes. I've seen them packed upside down in the bubble. Whoever was doing trial logo, they just do that. They just threw them on there. I've seen them on the wrong cards. So I don't know why. See, well, I don't got it up now, but looking at the Kenner one, I think because of the way it was facing and it wouldn't fit on that trial logo good. But still, they could have picked a lot better picture. They could have picked a lot better than that one.
Someone just mailed it in that day.
Yeah, well, that's our logo, like I said. So we're at number 4 now?
Yep, number 4.
Okay, we're going to go Return of the Jedi. We're going to go out into the desert scene for a Nick 2. Nick 2 right here.
Okay.
He just looks like he's just, like you said, the guy's taking a break. Like this guy's going to take a cigarette break or something between shots and somebody took his photo. He's not an action pose, and he just... Like I say, he's slouching and he's just, let's get this hot day over with. So,
it's a
and this one didn't bother me until I started looking and trying to make a list. And I was like, I never realized how this one bothers me now that I look at it. Because and he's standing really close. It looks like to the Sarlacc pit. So
maybe he's peeking over. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I would not walk that close to the Sarlacc pit. It looks like he's about to slip any second now, slide down into it. But.
And I'm pretty sure that wasn't in the script. I'm pretty sure that's the actor just looking checking it out for himself.
But again, I know there's probably there had to be a better photo. If it wasn't in the movie, there had to be something better than him just casually walking through the desert. Okay, now that was my number 4. Now you're number 4.
All right. So number 4, I have got the Rebel Commander from Hoth. On the Empire Strikes Back.
Now this one didn't bother me. Let's pull it up real quick.
Yeah.
This one's never really bothered me, but let's see if you can change my mind on this one.
This one, it's just so grainy and blurry again. It's kind of like reminds me of the Luke one I didn't like. And if you zoom in on that guy's face, it's just kind of a goofy looking picture. He looks I guess he looks kind of nervous or something, but he's got like a butter face. It's just kind of blurred. And then where's his mustache? Okay, I'm looking at the figure. Figure's got a mustache. They couldn't find another Hoth soldier with a mustache.
They could have got him. The guy from Cheers.
Yeah, I mean, that's right. The guy from Cheers was in there. So I don't know who to blame. It's either the people that were in charge of putting the photo together for the Cardback, or the people in charge of making the figure. Because that was left hand, not talking the right hand on this one. And then that just always bothered me. He didn't have a mustache soldier on the Cardback.
Yeah, they could have airbrushed. They could have just airbrushed it in, and then everything else matches.
Yeah, so that one always bothered me. On top of it being all grainy and blurry as well. So
it is great. It's weird that Empire. The 2 grainy ones are from Empire. It's where they couldn't get. But yeah. I'm sure they could have found a better one, but overall, it doesn't bother me. Now, they done him in Vintage Collection?
No, not the. No, they've done.
Yeah, the Rebel Soldier. That's what I was thinking.
They did this guy, which I love this card back. That's a great one.
Hold on, let me stop that so I can see it. Okay, that
reflection's kind of hard to see.
That's a good card back. Yeah,
that one, and then they did this guy. And this is a pretty popular one. It's a little bit of an awkward photo, but that guy just kind of
that guy. Now, tell me if I'm wrong or what. I've seen that before, and to me, that looks like that don't look like a guy from the 80s. That looks like somebody that works
more recent
Hasbro. Yeah, and they said, here, throw on this costume and take a photo of it.
Yeah, I get that. I get that impression too myself. Yeah,
that's some intern working at Hasbro.
Yeah, hey, throw this on. Hey, Jeff, throw this on. You know,
everybody else in Star Wars is like old ragged people. They look like they've been through war, and that guy's like
that's right. Yeah, he's too clean. He's too clean cut. Yeah,
don't look right. Okay, where are we at now? Is that my turn?
Your turn for number 3.
Okay. Yep. Okay, let's go with another boring figure on a boring card. And that is FX7.
Oh, okay.
Yawn. I'm as big as boring. And look, here he is in space. I didn't know FX7 hung out in space. What? Why is he got a star film? They could have put that behind the cloud car pilot. It would have made more sense.
Yeah.
And this is a photo I know they could have got a better photo because I've had the Topps trading cards that had a better photo they could have used. His head's covered up with the nameplate. I don't like it at all.
I mean, I can't argue with that. I think I left this guy off my list because I'm kind of biased because I have a special place in my heart for FX7. Him and the 21B were two of my favorite droids, along with the bounty hunters, all that stuff. I love playing with those guys when I was little. So
yeah, I liked them as a kid. A lot of people didn't. I didn't know until like a year ago when I did a video on him that the centerpiece turned.
Oh yeah,
I knew the head turned. I knew the legs came out. I didn't know that centerpiece turned. It blew my mind. I was like,
I didn't know that when I was a kid. I'm sure I didn't know that when I was a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I watched the commercial, and the kids turning it on the commercial. And
really?
How did I not know that?
But no, that's
you didn't expect toys to have cool things like that on it, so you just But yeah, FX7, he doesn't get much love, and he's not going to get any love on his card back here.
No, I agree with you. That it's a bad card back, man.
Now I hate to keep asking you about Vintage Collection, but you know Vintage Collection. Have they done him?
No, they haven't.
I'm curious what photo they're going to use. That's why.
Yeah, I would love if they did it. They made him in. Oh gosh,
yeah,
I forgot. I'm trying to remember what line was They made a really good version of him.
Yeah, I can remember that.
In the 2000s, I think. I don't have it. I need to get that one. It might have been that green Power of the Jedi card. You know, the one with
I think it was
young Obi-Wan on the. I think it's on that line.
Yeah, I think
it's really good. They could just repack that in a vintage collection card, and that'd be fine.
Yeah, that's a good figure. Okay, you're number 2. Is that where we're at now?
No, I think we're on 3.
Oh, that's right. Okay, number 3.
All right, so number 3, I've got the Rancor Keeper from Return of the Jedi.
No,
let's pull this guy up. I know.
Oh, classic. Rancor Keeper. Look at this, great shot.
All right, here's my problem with this, man. They I don't know where to start. So first of all, Tubby's badly photoshopped on this thing to me. He looks like he's photoshopped. But then what are they photoshopping him onto? It's like this blue screen. That doesn't look like the Rancor pit. There's no blue walls in the Rancor pit.
It also looks like some kind of. He looks airbrushed at the bottom, but the top doesn't. But it's probably some test photo after they put the costume on him.
And then look down the bottom towards his legs. What is that in the background? The wavy stuff. Is that an ocean? I look at this and it looks like he's standing in front of the ocean, like he's over in the Caribbean or something.
Yeah, I thought it was Hulk there for a second. I was like, "That's snow."
What is going on?
Yeah, it's probably like I said. It's probably the costume studio, and then just some stuff. But that is a weird looking floor. I don't know if it's supposed to be sand or.
I don't know. If you're gonna Photoshop the guy, do it in front of something that looks like the Rancor pit. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like it'd be easy to cut out, even if it's not photoshopped. It looks like it could easily take him out of that photo, slap him on a dungeon or something.
Yeah, so that one.
And he doesn't seem too happy to have his photo taken.
No, he's not happy. Well, maybe that's after maybe his pet rancor died. I don't know. He's pretty sad. He's about to shed a tear there.
Yeah, or he's thinking, hey, here I am, a fat man with no shirt on, and look at the action figure wearing a big diaper too. And like, this is what I'll remember for my whole life. Now I noticed the photo has a lot of chest hair. I don't know why they didn't give him chest hair on the.
Yeah, they could have done some paint apps on there, probably, or something.
Color his nipples in or something. But, man, that was.
Yeah, he's probably just not happy staying in there. He's been staying there taking photos all day. He's tired. He's ready to break for lunch. And
now I won't argue more with you, but now the more I look at it, the more like, okay, I can't say that there. Okay, my number two. This is a Power of the Force card.
Oh.
But you had at least 2 or 3 of them.
Yep.
Here goes one. And it is the A-Wing. One of my favorite ships is the A-Wing, but
yeah, I love the A-Wing.
This is not a photo of the A-Wing pilot. This is the photo of the A-Wing itself.
Okay.
You got to show the pilot. A cloud card, they showed the pilot, although it was a horrible card.
Yeah.
At least they showed the pilot. I'm sure they could have found some photo of a pilot. And I like the A-Wing, and it looks like it's just floating there in space. It's not even a cool battle scene or anything. So that's why it's on my list. Maybe 2 is a little hard on it. Maybe I should have raised it a little bit. But being that it's not the figure, that bothers me the most. So that's why it's so low on the list.
It does kind of look like the ship's kind of drifting off, like he's he's losing his power.
Yeah,
he's kind of drifting off. I don't know, man. I like the ships. They did several like this. The AT-AT and TIE fighter pilots. They use the ships instead of the actual pilot. I get it though. I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, put some flames coming out of the bag or something. Maybe give it some action to it or something.
Have some lasers shooting out. Yeah, that would have helped.
A scene from the battle. I'm sure there were some battle scenes at the end they could have used.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, that's my number 2.
All right. So for my number 2 was one you had on your list, much lower, and it's Walrus Man.
I think I'm agreeing with mine. Should have been number 2 and number 1. I think we both could have put this at number 1.
This one is so bad, man. This is clearly airbrushed. Ooh. I thought maybe it was just totally a drawing, but I think you might be right that they started with the photo and then just airbrushed the heck out of it, and that's before I even noticed the claws in the corner that you pointed out on your episode.
See that now. So in the background don't match. They could at least airbrush some kind of cartoon cantina in the background or something.
Man, it's just so faded. I mean, it reminds me of those old timey photos, like from the late 1800s or something. Like some old Civil War colonel or something. You notice there's one other card that has a airbrush photo on it, and it's not on our list. You know what I'm talking about? I'm sure.
Boba Fett.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I've talked about that with some other people on a live stream the other day. I was talking about how I'm this huge Boba Fett fan, but I actually don't like the original cardback for Boba Fett.
So I like it. I like it, even if I shouldn't because of my rules. But he's shooting the flame and it's coming out at you. I like it. They did switch it later, and I didn't like it when they switched.
It's action packed. I like it. I like the pose and everything. It always bothered me that it's like a drawing. It's like I don't think it
like Walrus Man. Yeah,
yeah. I much prefer the Return of the Jedi Boba Fett card back in the Tatooine.
I should because of my rules, but I think it's because I got Boba Fett as a kid, and he wasn't in a movie yet, so maybe I was like, okay, I can understand why he's.
Yeah, but this Walrus Man cardback is embarrassing, man.
It's a lot worse than that. Than that one for sure. Honestly, it should have been both of our number 1s. Now that I look at it,
maybe so. Yeah.
Okay, so let me close this down. You ready for my number 1?
Let's do it. Number 1.
It's not as bad as Walrus Man. Now I feel like it's no surprise here. It's going to be the TIE fighter pilot.
Okay.
And I couldn't decide between this and the A-Wing, and I wanted to say the B-Wing because it also puts not the B-Wing pilot on the card. But I didn't want to do my whole list of all 3 of them. So Maybe this is a little bit. Now that I see it, maybe it is a little bit more exciting than the. No, it's not. At least it's got an action.
It's more exciting. Yeah, you got lasers shooting out of the one in the background. You got an X-wing there.
Yeah, okay. I would swap the A-wing and the TIE Fighter now that I see them that close together. But still, I want to see the TIE Fighter. There's two of them walking in A New Hope, and they're not even. You don't even see them in Empire Strikes Back.
I guess you're right. Well, maybe
they don't shoot inside the cockpit. No. I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, you might be right about that.
Just take those photos of them two walking with Vader. Throw it on the card. I don't know.
Did they do the TVC version? They did a TVC version.
Oh, okay. And it's still
glare from my.
Why is it on an Empire card? I mean, why is it on a Jedi card?
I don't know. I never understood that. But it's the same. It's the same photo. They might have touched it up a little bit, but it's the same one.
Yeah, it is. I give it because of the action, but I still don't like it. I don't like when my figure isn't shown. I want the characters to know who I'm buying.
I got you. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay, you're number one.
All right, number one. I don't know how you're gonna feel about this one, or how anybody's gonna feel about this one, but I picked Anakin Skywalker on the Power of the Force.
One of my favorite cards. One of my favorite.
It's a classic. It's a classic, and I would love to have this too. But I just have to pick on the image they went with this drawing. I mean, I don't understand why they couldn't just use a image from the film, from the scene where his ghost shows up. I mean, clearly they're going for a ghost Anakin. The body is like translucent, like he's a ghost, but then they didn't do that with the head. The head, and then why did they give him a sunburn? He looks like he's been laying on the beach with his towel on his head, but not covering his whole head. It's just kind of, he had his sunglasses on maybe, and then half his head was buried in this. You know what I'm saying? It's got this weird awkward sunburn.
It also looks like, it doesn't look like, I guess that's supposed to be Force Ghost, but it looks like somebody's smoking a joint in front of him or something.
That too. Yeah, you can see that smoke off his left shoulder. All right, I guess.
He's fired up one before, yeah.
But every time I look at his face, I get Man on the Moon vibes. Those old timey Man on the Moon photos. And I don't know. I just sent you one to show you what I mean.
Now I won't be able to.
This is what I think of whenever I see Anakin's face. I mean, oh man. R.I.P.
I think I like this card better.
No offense to Sebastian Shaw, man, but yeah, it's a.
I noticed here they tried to make it match the figure when they airbrushed it. They said, "Let's make it look like the figure," when they didn't care about anything else looking like the figure.
Yeah,
but
so I like that was a funny picture.
Yes, now I'll see the moon every time, but I like that Anakin. I guess I give it a pass because I don't know. It goes against my rule about the airbrush, but it just looks.
It's a neat figure. It's a neat figure that they released it like that, and I love the Power of the Force card, so I wouldn't mind having it. I just like to pick on the picture. I just think it's a little funny.
Yeah, I guess I would say maybe because when it's the ghost, it's blue, and the figure doesn't look anything like that. But again, they don't care about the figure matching the photo any other time, so. But it just fits so perfect with that card. I actually kind of like. I like that figure. That figure gets a lot of hate, and I like that figure. I see it on a lot of people's list of works figures from the Carolinas.
Oh yeah,
it's a nice looking figure. I know it's kind of boring.
No, it's not bad. Yeah,
it's a Skywalker. It's like a key character though. You got to have. So
yeah, I mean he's not going to have a gun or a lightsaber or anything.
Right, so. It'd be kind of odd, you know. But
it's a good figure.
That's it.
All right.
I think the only one we had was Walrus Man. Was that it?
The only one we had in common?
Yeah. I think so.
I think so. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I thought we would have a lot in common, but that's really interesting. I like that. I like that we had.
I'm gonna say we both screwed up, and we should have Walrus Man number one.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right.
Yeah, but okay.
Awesome.
I guess that's it.
That's gonna do it.
Yeah. So I'll remind the people they can go see the top 5 and over at my channel. And this was fun. Hopefully we can do something like this again.
All right, so that's going to do it for this special edition of Brett on Fett. with my guest, The Junkman. I want to thank The Junkman for coming on with me and putting this whole thing together. It was a ton of fun. And if you haven't done so already, go check out The Junkman's channel and subscribe. You won't regret it. And if you're new to my channel, please know that you can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Take care, and we'll see you next time.